Oh, really? Okay, thanks. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hi,
Hello.
Lynn. Hi, Sandra. Hi,
Hi.
Victoria.
Everyone here is sort of good morning, except for Davina.
Yes, it's lunchtime for me. Hello. Oh, and Michelle coming as well. Just gonna open up Canva. All right. Okay, let me just close everything off. Everyone's just joining. Hello. I think everyone's just connecting. Why is everyone just starting to connect?
Yeah. Hmm. They're connecting to audio.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's a few more people coming, but we're going to start on time. And I think some people have bought the replay. So I think uh, other people's bought replay. So I think some of them not coming and then watching replay. So that's a good strategy too.
We are black and white today. Did you realize?
Hi, hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Meredith.
Sandra and Lynn, are you
Hi,
okay?
hi.
I see you guys still connecting.
Yeah, Sandra.
And welcome, Victoria. You made it. I'm so happy.
All right. We got a number of people.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, and a few more still coming, but like don't want to waste your time. Let's just get started because
It's all the female, like committed women.
there are a few guys that did join. I think trusting the
Yeah,
guys to be
where are
late.
Like, guys, come on.
They're still sleeping.
Yeah. Maybe guys
All
are
right,
like children.
I'm gonna go get
Whatever.
my slides, and I tried my best to break it down as well for you guys. Present. How do you present? Standard. Okay. Hang on. What am I going to do here? I keep saying that I'm not going to use Canva to present, but every time I end up using Canva to present anyway, because it's just such nice slides. Okay, here we are. Okay, share. Okay, whoops, what's happening here? Present. I don't want to share. Present. All right, so give me a thumbs up if you guys can see my screen. Cool. All right. Great. Thanks, guys. So I'm really excited about this topic, and thank you all for coming to join this this part of the webinar. Sadly, I think as much as I feel this is so important, this part of the whole digital world, but sadly, not many people are going through this, which is kind of weird. In fact, this is like the last step that you really, really need to wrap it all up. Like people build their funnels, people do all this stuff and have a webinar ready to go. But then they're like, okay, well, what next? Like, how do I send them the freebie? How do I give them access to the membership? How do I take payment and then send them a thank you email? All this stuff that I don't know why people don't go through it. And that was my personal struggle that took me a while to work through. But when I worked through it, I was like, it is so liberating. That's the best way I could describe it. Liberating. When I remembered a couple of weeks ago, Coco told me, and she doesn't know this, I'm like sitting watching TV and I get this message from Coco and go, oh, someone's registered. Can you send them like the link? And I'm like, yeah, done. Because it's automated. So, 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 so like someone's registered. It's like, yeah, I already sent the email. I don't need to do anything. Okay, I'm like done. So that is what I mean by how powerful, if you know how to do this, that you just can concentrate to do things that you like doing and also still servicing your customers. Like just because you send an automated email to someone doesn't mean that you don't care about them. It's just that you're ready email, you want to get the same consistent message to everyone, and you've done that once and you send it all out, right? So this is what this is all about, right? So how do I press next in this one? Okay, there we are. Okay, so today's agenda, just want to go through some of the things that we'll be covering. So I'm going to recap what we've been doing, right? The funnel. So we've all been here, we've gone through the funnels together. We've even built membership sites together. And then I know some of you are probably thinking, okay, what next? I've got the form. Some of you have figured it out, which is great, but what next? Hang on. Can you guys see my screen like with my videos on the left? Is that what you guys are seeing? Oh, okay. All right. I'm just going to do this. Okay. So a recap of funnels and membership next steps. Okay. We're going to go through automated emails using MailChimp. Okay. Then we're going to go through using automated emails using tags and Zapier, and also a live walkthrough. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. Okay. So let me just have a look here. Can you guys see my whole entire screen? You can't see. Okay. Yeah, you can see Zapier in the middle. All good?
Yeah, we see the whole screen of the slide, if
Okay,
that's
okay.
what you mean.
Okay, because I've got your videos at the bottom. All right, cool. All right, so I think for a lot of you guys, sometimes you get a bit confused, like where does Zapier sit? Like, certainly for me, when someone goes, oh, just use Zapier, I'm like, what's Zapier? And then what I used to tell people is Zapier is like a glue that ties everything together. And I understand that some of you guys may go, okay, what does that mean? A glue. So I'm going to just show you visually so that you can understand the fundamentals. So what I'd like you guys to take away from today is to understand how Zapier fits into all of this so that you could take it away and think about it. So recently, Michelle, you've asked me a question about, you've got several events that you run and several products. Now, if you understand how Zapier works, how MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, how things work, how the technology works, then you could design your entire process, your events to fit in to the technology. So then you don't have to make life so hard, because you got to think how it works. So even for me, I'm like, okay, I need to link this and do this and do this. Now, how do I do it? Then I sit back and I think about it. It's a little bit kind of like, if you wanted to, I don't know, top of mind, if you wanted to like build a house and there is some things about the house that's leaking in a certain area that you can't change. So how are you going to, you're going to have to build around this leakage or something, it's just thinking another way to do what the technology can do for you. All right. So now, in terms of how this all works, on the left-hand side, we've gone through webinars, funnels in general, right? So funnels and webinars in general, we've gone through that. We've built funnels together, and I'm sure a lot of you guys already have a funnel. Now, if you don't already have a funnel, or you halfway through building a funnel, most of you would know, Coco and I have built funnels that you could just buy from us. And if you're interested, just let us know. It's pretty much ready-made, built. You just put in your details and ready to go, right? We've also talked about membership, right? A couple of weeks ago, we built together membership sites. And as you can see, although it sounds scary, when you did it, it was not so scary at all. It's very, very easy. So much so that you could give it away for free as a lead magnet, even for the right thing. So, Coco last couple of weeks ago talked about lead magnets. Some things are good for membership site, some may not be, because it could be overwhelming. So for example, like a pre-training, small little membership might be a good value added thing, because if someone's just like what I did for you guys a couple of months ago, we did a funnel building workshop. I gave you pre-training, and those who actually did the pre-training actually turned up to the live webinar because they have invested time prior to the webinar. It makes them like a vested interest in coming to your webinar. So pre-training could be a great tool, not just to add value, but a great tool to draw them in to make sure they turn up, right? So membership is one way. Then you got the sales form. Now, why do I put the sales form there? So sales form is how you take payment. Okay, so a lot of you guys might go, okay, well, I want to sell something. How do I do that? So a lot of you guys that came through and signed up to this webinar would have seen that although most of you have come through the free way because I've given you guys a code, but there is an option for you to upgrade and buy the replay, right? And how do you do that? So I'll show you how I do that as well. But how do you take after sales form, send them a thank you email? And so this is where Zapier comes in. So you can see that I've got Zapier, and from Zapier would then collect all the information centrally, send it to MailChimp, and it could be ActiveCampaign, it could be what's the other one? GetResponse and all these other autoresponder that you could think of. It doesn't have to be MailChimp, but I'm going to demonstrate to you guys using MailChimp because it's free. Okay, ActiveCampaign, although it's got good reviews, it is a little bit more expensive, but MailChimp is a bit more affordable. Okay, give me one second. Microphone speaker. Okay, cool. All right, so going to the next slide here. All right, so for those of you that may not have used MailChimp before, I'm trying to illustrate to you in a very, very simple way how autoresponders work. So when I first started using MailChimp, it was free. And guess what? It's still free. I'm not paying MailChimp anything today, even sending out emails to you guys after for this webinar. I'm not paying MailChimp at all. So it is very, very possible to still run a business without actually spending on certain things that you don't need yet. Okay. So MailChimp is free. I used to just, I set up several MailChimp accounts. I've got several businesses and I've set up MailChimp to send out mass emails or collect contacts, right? So the way it works is, for most of you guys, I know use GrooveFunnels, or if you don't use GrooveFunnels, it's the same concept. Like I said, MailChimp and integration all works with any other funnel building softwares out there. But for most of us, we use GrooveFunnels, and it's extremely powerful technology that you could get out there for a very affordable price. So first of all, very simple automation. You can use GrooveFunnel, link it to MailChimp, and MailChimp will send the email for you. Okay, that's the simplest way to understand it. Now, the next thing you're probably thinking, well, how does that work, right? So first thing, step by step to simple automation is you set up the integration to Groove with MailChimp. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. But the first step is you need to set up the integration inside GrooveFunnels with MailChimp. Okay. Once you've done that, then you go choose the funnel that you want to use that integration from. Now, why do you need to choose the funnel? So think of it this way. You have put in the glue that you need into your account, which is GrooveFunnels, right? Or it could be ClickFunnels, wherever it is, but it's GrooveFunnels for us. And then within your GrooveFunnels, you could actually use that same MailChimp on 10 different campaigns. So you could have 10 funnels, and you could collect all those emails or all those opt-ins from all those funnels using that same MailChimp integration and send it to MailChimp. Okay. So that's why you need to choose which funnel. So that's the second step. Then the last step, obviously, to set up an automatic campaign in MailChimp. So this is the part that I think a lot of people don't do, is to set an automated email campaign. And you can set up a few. In fact, I'm using the free account in MailChimp, and I believe I've got 2 to 3 sending at the time. And it's just telling MailChimp what to do automatically, right? So let's do this together. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop sharing, pause the share or stop share. Stop sharing. Okay, so we'll do this together to show you exactly. Oops, what's happening here? Okay, I'm going to go into GrooveFunnels and I'm going to show you. And let me get to that screen first. Okay. Oops. Okay. 1 second. Share screen. All right. Google Chrome. All right. So you can see here, I'm using the funnel that you guys are familiar with. Okay. So you can see here, register here. Okay, so if you've got access to this funnel, some of you may have bought it, some may not have, but this is a very simple funnel that Coco and I use over and over again. That's why they all look the same, because you automate it. I don't need to build a funnel every time I host an event. And Coco and I in the last couple of weeks have been hosting almost an event every week. And it would kill us, and we'll have no life if all we do is build funnels. So all we have is a template. We put in the words that we need, just come up with the hook, the copy, the dates, fill in, the time in here, change the countdown, change the picture, and then relink it, right? So in here is the register button. Now, this register button, for those of you may have came through a couple of months ago, for the funnel building one, would have had a pop-up form, and you fill it and it went to MailChimp. But in this one, you can see on the right-hand side, I've linked it to a URL or to a page, okay? So I linked it to a page. So you would have remembered that when you clicked into register for this event, it would have taken you to a payment form. And for most of you, you had the discount code, and then you paid or not paid to come through, right? Now, I can change that. Now, I'm going to use this funnel because you're familiar with it, okay? I want you to be familiar with the funnel that you came through and you know the steps. So what I'm going to do here, I don't want to go to the next page because that's a payment page, okay? The keyword, that was a payment page. I'm going to say it again, okay? Payment page. I'm not going to use a payment page. This is to collect emails. So for a lot of you guys, you might have a freebie you want to give away, like an opt-in. So the way to do this is you want to set up a form. Now, this is a button. Now, if you click onto this button and you go to configure on the right-hand side, you can see that you could link it to a pop-up. You can see here a pop-up, right? And then you can choose what pop-up you want to link it to, okay? So if I go into, what I'm going to do is you can go to the pop-up, and then is a webinar sign-up form that I already have. Now, this webinar sign-up form, I'll just update with this webinar sign-up form, okay? So this is if you don't want to take them to a payment page. The reason I have a payment page this time is because we wanted to give the option of people wanting to buy the replay and get all the notes together with it. And also we have people who actually paying for the webinar as well, because this is a VIP masterclass only for VIPs, but we decided to give discount code to a select few of you guys. But then there are people who actually paid to come to this webinar. And so we wanted to have a payment page. But if it was purely a free webinar, or purely a freebie that people want to get, you would do a pop-up and a webinar sign-up form, right? Which is what I've done. So see how I've changed it to there. So then what you need to do is to go to the bottom left where pop-up is. Okay. And that's my webinar sign-up form here. Now, to create a pop-up, you can always press the plus button and it will come up. And you can see here, I just need to update my pop-up form here. So I'm going to rebuild this really quickly. I want to delete this. Okay. So, right. So this looks a bit empty and it's pretty quick. So on the right-hand side, just drag in a template on there. And you can see I do this really quickly, right? So I'm just going to go register here. I'm just going to go delete all this. Okay. And look, if you don't like that, it's too big, you can just go into here to the size, where is it? Text, or the text, and then you just go like this, okay? And then you could go to align it to the left, for example, okay? But I want it to be in the middle. What I'm going to do is I want to delete this because I want to start from scratch, and I also delete this. Okay, so it looks pretty clean here now, right? So this is where the magic happens, right? So I go to the top left, where I've got, second icon right here. And no, this one. Third one is called elements. Okay. Now you scroll down, and what I want to get is an empty form. So think of a form like an A4 piece of paper. So if you want someone to fill in a form, you give them a piece of form, which is like a blank piece of paper, right? So that's what I'm doing. I am dragging in a blank piece of paper, and then I'm going to then put in that blank piece of paper, what do I want them to give me? I want them to give me their name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in an input field, okay? You know, if you had a A4 piece of paper, you would drag in your to tell the computer to give a section, what they call an input field for name. And I also want an email as well. Now, I know, you know, in the past, I mean, there are people who said, you know, just keep it simple, get just emails. But in this case, you can do one, but I'm going to show you both email and name. Okay. Now at the moment you're like, oh, but it's not very pretty, right? Because everything is stuck together. So I'm just give me the third thing. I want a submit button. Now, notice how I dragged in, it's got green. So make sure it's green. So I'm trying to find where it is. So right now I'm putting it right in the middle, which kind of looks kind of ugly. So you can just drag it. Once you've dragged it into the form, you can always move it, right? So this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to get a divider from the top. Look, it says divider. And you just drop it in the middle like so. Drop it in the middle like so. And then what you do is you click on this dotted button. You go up to the right-hand side, which is where you do all the configuring. And you go to, where is it? Design, text. No, that's not the text. Where is it? There should be transparency. There you go. So transparency. So you can't see it. See how it looks really nice now, right? So then X, then you click into this box here, configure input ID. Input ID is basically what you would tell your autoresponder how to read it, right? Because you can't, just because you type in a name, the computer in MailChimp doesn't necessarily know that, oh, so Coco Wong is a name. Doesn't mean Coco Wong is a name. They won't know that, you know, Michelle is a name. You have to tell it. So in this one, and it's always lowercase. So I put name, but then what you want to show is input placeholder. It's called name. Okay. So update. Okay. And then email, again, lowercase. So this one, you're telling the computer, this is email, again, lowercase. And then I want to show the text email. So I'm going to put uppercase because that's what I want people to see, email. So you can see it says that, right? And then submit. This is where you have the integration, right? So submit button, you can say register, or you could go get now. Like if it's an opt-in, you can go get now, something like that. Okay. So why don't I go with get now? And then you update. Make sure you press update. Okay. So now that this is done, just save. Make sure you save. Okay. So this is where the simple automation happens. So this is a very simple form that you would use for, say, giving someone a freebie, right? So you click onto it, and notice how I've clicked onto the outer box. I didn't click into the name, but if you do click into a name, you can click on this this little icon here to go to the next box, right? You got to configure on the right, and you can see integration. So this is where you tell this form to tell MailChimp that you want to go to MailChimp. So you can see here that I've already set up the integration called MailChimp, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've set up a lot of integration because it's that easy to set up integration, right? So let's just say get unstuck MailChimp, because that's where I actually set it up. And thank you, I just go page and maybe the thank you page, something like that. So you would have to build a thank you page. So that's save. Whoops. Okay, just let me save that down. Integration, I want to go to get unstuck. Okay, and I'll just go page. Thank you. Doesn't let me update. Sign up. Okay, so I'll just leave this for the moment. It's not letting me update. Okay, so this is what happens. Now, you're probably wondering, where do you get this integration? Though that's pretty easy, right? So I've set up the form now, and make sure you save. To do the integration, what you need to do is to go to the top right, and it says my integration. And you can see these are all my integration, right? So what you do is all you have to do is go add integration type, and let's call it MailChimp test. Today for you guys, it's I'm testing it. So I'm just going to add. Okay. And once you're adding, it's always the case when you're trying to show it, it is not working right now, probably with internet connection. Okay. Right. To show you basically how it works is it's very easy when you do it yourself. You just go integration type, MailChimp, and then add, right? And then it will appear on here. And you can see here, I've got a lot of integration that I set up. So Zap to Zoom, I've just happened to name it Zap to Zoom. You can see here that it's already linked. And to get here is to add it, you will need to then put in, you need to get a code from MailChimp. Now, I'm not going to go through in detail here, but basically I have a YouTube. If you go to our YouTube channel, it will actually show you how to set up the integration here, but it's literally just integration type. And you put, oh, this is why, MailChimp, sorry. So MailChimp, it's been a while since I set this up. So you choose which one you're doing. So you can see the list. So I put in MailChimp and you can call it MailChimp test and then the API key, right? So the API key you get from everyone's got it. So if you're with MailChimp, send, get response, whatever, just Google how to get API key, get the key from your MailChimp account and then copy and paste into here and update. And then it will appear here. And when it appears here, this is where when you go to this pop-up, right? So right here in the pop-up, oops, in this pop-up, that your integration, if it's done successfully, it will appear here and you just choose which one you want to do, right? And then when people, and then you update, save, and then when you put your name and email, it will automatically, like magic, send to MailChimp, right? So now that sounds simple so far. Can everyone put their hands up if they understand me so far? Are you following? Everyone following so far? Cool. All right, perfect. Okay, so let me just new share with you this screen here. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So I've just shown you how I did the very simple linked. Now, can someone tell me what is the problem with doing it that way? Can someone tell me a problem if you started going out there doing this right now? Yet it is a good integration, but can you tell me what do you think is a problem that you might encounter if you don't do the next step? Let me know in the chat. Does anyone know? I give you a few minutes. Michelle might know. Anyone? Couple of minutes. Who would know that if I go and do this, okay? And while you're thinking, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to no reg, no auto email, send out later. No auto email, send out later. Okay. So as you're thinking, I'm just going to do the next step. So once you've sent the email out, you would come to MailChimp, right? Now, I'm going to show you. Let me just show this screen. Let me show you the screen. Chrome. Okay, so I'm in MailChimp right now. So you have just set out an automation, right? And emails are being sent here. So the next thing, Michelle is saying, oh, well, there's no autoresponder. Okay, great. So we're going to do that right now to get an autoresponder. Okay, so where are we? Automation. So what you do is you go to automation, transaction, email, and then you set one up and they keep changing. My journeys, no. Okay, campaign. Just give me 1 second, trying to find out. So this is where you do the automations, right? Welcome new contacts. Transactional email. No, I'm not upgrading. I am on the free account and I should be able to do it. Okay, so welcome new contacts, get started. Okay. I'll just go welcome email test, start building. See, the thing is, I don't usually use this section because I actually copy and paste what I've already done. So you can see here, you can actually plan out what to do, even on MailChimp. Yes, you know, if someone's done this, then you add that and do that, but that's not actually what I want. I just want to create a really, really simple campaign. Email templates. No, all campaigns. They keep changing things on me. Automations, content integration, automation. It might be my journey. Explore. Okay. All right. So look, not all of you guys necessarily doing MailChimp, but if you guys are, I will send out an email to show you exactly how I do it. It's just that they've changed the interface, so I don't want to confuse you. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you what I've set up before, and you will probably do the same thing. So what you do is, as you can see here, I've got one that's sending. I'm going to replicate this. Okay. Okay, just waiting. Okay, so you can see here, I can edit the setting and I'll call it Welcome eDay Automated Workshop Demo. Okay, from who, for email address, that's the automation. Okay, update settings. So again, once you set one up, you just replicate. As you can see, I just go right click and I replicate, right? And here is where you go, you set everything up. There is no tag. Okay, let's just say there is no tag. And cancel. Oops. All right. And you can see here, design email. I'll click into it, how to design email. Okay, so name of the email, subject, preview text. So there, and next at the bottom. And then what you do is you just write that email just like normal, save and continue. Okay, and that's it. And then what you're saying here, schedule every day, and you're going to send it out. Can update the trigger. Whoops, where's update trigger? Edit. Okay, so this are the settings, right? So delay or immediately, so you can see I can all these tags. So I'm probably already giving you like a tip, but basically this is where you send out emails, automation, that every time there's someone that comes through, you send an email. So can you tell me, if I were to send out emails to any new person that comes through, what is the problem? If you can type in the chat for me while I try and see where I can find where MailChimp has decided to move these emails. Let me know in the chat while I try and find this one out. Okay, and okay. So anyway, when I want is okay. So let me have a look at the chat. Okay. No registration, no email send out later. Someone said moving too fast. You want to see the chat when she's showing it. Okay. Do you send an auto email using ActiveCampaign? Okay, cool. All right. So one of the reason, and give me 10 seconds to see where I can find this email where you actually, let me just give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the share so that you don't get confused. So what I'm trying to find is to create a campaign. Create campaign. Email. Okay. Regular. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Just, I don't know where they put this thing. Transactional email. Upgrade. Retargeting. Okay. So anyway, guys, usually I will send, they've obviously moved where you can create the automated emails. And what I was going to say is that whether it's ActiveCampaign and whether it's MailChimp, you send, or what I'm trying to show is to actually share, to get MailChimp to send an email every time the email hits MailChimp. So the problem with that is that what if you have repeat customers? So Michelle, you have a lot of repeat customers. You also have customers who buy 3 things at once or 3 products at once. You can't be sending them welcome emails every time they come. And worse, they won't be getting welcome emails or welcome to the new event because they're not new subscribers. So the problem with this very simple way of just sending contacts from Groove or any ClickFunnels or whatever funnel you're using, sending it just to like an autoresponder and telling them to please send an email every time there is a new subscriber, there's a flaw there. Okay. The flaw being that you just send to every new customer. But obviously, when you have such a big list, most of them are repeat customers, right? So this is where you need to add another layer, right? And that's where I was trying to get to, but they've moved where they've set up the automation. So that's what I'm saying. What if you have there's a lot of new subscribers? So for a lot of you guys are repeat attendees to our workshop. And if every time you come, then MailChimp will only be sending it to new customers. So it worked for me the first time. Everyone that's new gets the welcome email to my first web class. But after that, what happens, right? So this is where you add a tag. So that's why I gave you a hint. You add a tag. Okay. So let's just say, I know if you guys don't know, Michelle is a rock star in her niche where she has like several events at a time. And the one customer could be subscribing to like 3 different events, right? Now, how does she actually send 3 different emails to the same customers? So this is where the tag comes in. So the tag could be event number 1, it could be event number 2, and event number 3, right? So what you're telling MailChimp is when this from this funnel, it comes through, tag it as a special event. You can name it whatever you want as a tag. So what I'm doing from the simple automation, I'm just adding a tag. Okay. So the problem with GrooveFunnels is that, or even with ClickFunnels, by the way, it's hard to add a tag straight from the funnel building workshop straight to MailChimp. Okay. And this is where Zapier comes in. Zapier is an extremely powerful tool to have. And recently someone asked me, who would you rather pay? In fact, I was like in a bit of a crossroad, and I was also talking to Coco as well. Who should I pay? Should I pay MailChimp or should I pay Zapier, right? Which one do I want to invest in? So I decided that I'm going to stay on a free MailChimp account, and I decided to upgrade my account with Zapier because Zapier can talk to not just MailChimp. It could talk to your Excel spreadsheet. You could actually zap everything you collect in GrooveFunnels into a Excel spreadsheet or Word document or any other autoresponders that you've got out there, right? So you could stay on a free MailChimp account and use Zapier for a lot of things. So I decided to invest in Zapier, sorry. And this is what you do. This is the process. GrooveFunnels, Zapier, then it goes to MailChimp. So Zapier does something in the middle, sends it to MailChimp with a tag. And so what MailChimp is to do will then send the email according to the tag that you have. So what's the steps? So steps are these. You set up the integration in Groove, this time with Zapier. So before, if you know that I was setting up the integration with MailChimp, right? Directly with MailChimp, so that emails that you collect from that funnel go straight to MailChimp. But I don't want to do that. I want to set up the integration with Zapier this time. And what Groove will do, it will send the contacts that you collected to Zapier. Zapier would then value add to those contacts that you have linked in your funnel to Zapier and then send it to MailChimp. So the way it works is like this, right? So like I described before. So a couple of weeks ago, Coco had her event, which was copywriting. This week, I have my event, which is automation. So what I did was exactly what I showed you just then. Someone will click onto that register button to copywriting, and the email or the contacts will be sent to MailChimp with a tag that says copywriting. And so MailChimp will send them the copywriting email. Say, hey, thanks for subscribing to the event of copywriting. And then at that same day, same person could be registering to the automation one, and they will get the automation email. And this could run at the same time. And that's how powerful tags are. Okay. So to show you how this works, okay, before I take questions. So if I just show you my screen, okay, okay, back to MailChimp. So you can see here, I just have to, if I've got so many things on my screen, I'm just moving things around. That's why I just have to, okay, Zoom masterclass, okay. Campaigns. So this is where I do all my emails. All right. And if I go to automation. Okay. So these are all my automated emails. You can see here, I've got 2 sending at the same time. A few I have paused. Okay. So what I will do is I'm going to copy and reuse something. So you can see here, email automation workshop. Okay. So I can go in and have a look with you and show you what I did, right? And again, this is on a free account, yeah? So you can see here, I'm just going to pause and edit. You can see here, I have said to MailChimp to send an email immediately when someone has been tagged automation. And you can see all these tags I've created, okay? And it's pretty easy to set up the tag. You just go into MailChimp and you set up a new tag under a tag section. I'll show you where, but you can set up as many tags as you want. And then you can do this edit every day. When's the schedule? When do you want it to start? And you don't worry about the bottom, right? So that's all you do. I just add a simple tag and the tag is automation, right? Then I'm just going to save and exit. Save and exit. Exit. Oops, one exit, just wants me to go next. Okay. Resume setting. Okay, so I've just got it to run. Okay. So what you can see now that it's automated, right? So here are all my campaigns. Look, I know I'm clicking really fast right now, but you don't need to know step by step here, because when you go and click in, you just need to go to campaigns, because today I'm just showing you the steps, the concept of how Zapier works and how MailChimp works, right? So this is where the MailChimp emails goes, and then you're tagging it. Now you're probably wondering, okay, how do I tag it, right? So first of all, if I were to build a funnel, I'll go back to where we were doing the simple a simple link. Go back to where we were. Okay, so go back to what we were doing just then. We built the form, right? Come on. Where's the form? Okay, so you can see here, this was the form, right? And in there was the pop-up, right? So I'm going to go and edit the pop-up form. Okay, here's my pop-up form right here, right? So instead of linking it to MailChimp, I'm linking it to Zap2Zoom. So Zap2Zoom was the integration that I created for Zapier. So if I go back into here, sorry, if I exit, just cancel. If you go back to my integration, you can see all this integration I set up. And instead of adding integration type, instead of adding MailChimp, this time I'm going to add Zapier, right? Integration type, I'll call it test Zapier, whatever it is, and update. And that's it. Actually, setting up Zapier is so much easier than MailChimp because you don't need an API key. All you have to do is name the name of the Zapier. So can I just get your attention to this Zapier here? This Zapier that I've created is called Zap2Zoom. Okay, that's the name of this glue. I call it the glue. This Zapier, I can set as many as I want, but this one is called Zap2Zoom. And you can see I've got other ones: membership, site masterclass, funnel implementation, Zapier groove changes, Zapier get unstuck. I've got a lot of integration that I set up and I added unlimited in here, but I've been using this one called Zap2Zoom. So I want to point your attention to that one first. So exit. So when I go back to this pop-up form, instead of linking it to MailChimp, what I want to do is instead to link it to this Zap to Zoom, right? So this Zap to Zoom, okay, and this basically asks where do you want it to go after. So, go to the thank you page after update, okay? So basically what you're just done here, instead of sending the contacts in this form to MailChimp, you're sending it to Zapier, okay? Because see the integration now, I've changed it to Zapier, which is the name of the Zap. I've called it, or the integration name is called Zap to Zoom, right? So save and exit. Okay, so now it's done that way. We can publish it. If I publish it, it's gonna, okay, fine. I'll just publish it. Okay, so that's gonna be live shortly. So when I go into my Zap, so this is my Zap account, zapier.com, and you can see all the Zaps that I've done. And again, you can do this for free, by the way. This is still free. And what you do is you can see here, and it's quite user-friendly, right? It's like using an Apple phone. So you can see the Groove funnels, and then there's MailChimp. So that is the simple one that I was doing before. You're doing Groove straight to MailChimp. This is what Zapier is doing. So Groove funnel Zapier. So if I click into this, I'll show you. And to do your own, you just press new, right? So what you do is the trigger form, you can see in here, you create a new, and when you first start doing it, it will ask you to log into your Groove funnel account. It's very straightforward, right? I have to say Zapier makes it really easy. All you have to do is just, when you create a new form, click Groove, and they'll ask you to log in so that you're linked into your Groove funnels account. Then you go, what you're telling it is, and every time there's a new form submission, that's what you want it to do. Then continue the account, they'll log in, and this is where they'll ask you. See how all these will come up, and it's loading. See how all these, remember how I was reading it out to you guys just then? I have membership site class, I had a funnel implementation, Zapier get and stuff. These are all the Zaps or the integration that I created in Groove funnels just then, right? Just by pressing add. So you just have to choose which one you're using. So I've been using the Zap to Zoom just then. So I want to use the Zap to Zoom, and you just test the trigger, and that's it. So these are just made up tests that I've done. So what you need to do is, once you've done that, you go back into the account. So I wonder if it is updated now. What is it? Call automation. So you can see I've just tampered with this. See how this comes up now, right? Oops, register. So you put in the name test, and then you put in, it's best to put in a dummy email, or preferably an email that you've never used, right? Then you just send it across, and then Zap will pick it up. You need to do this the first time because there's nothing being received by Zap. So you just have to do this, and then go back in here, and you just try and you'll see that it pulled a couple minutes ago. So you can see here, I've been sending a lot of data for a while. So it picks up some data. You say, yes, name is that, email is that. Remember how I said that field when I was filling in that form? I said, make sure you put lowercase name, lowercase email. This is what it's doing. It's picking up and confirming that name, lowercase, is this one, email, lowercase, is this one, and so on, right? And then continue. So you're saying, okay, Groove, I'm picking up this data. Then the next thing is in MailChimp, okay? So this is a very, very next value added step. So this is a step that not many people do. So what you're saying is, okay, can you please add any subscribers that you've just got from Groove and send it to MailChimp? Again, you would just it will ask you to log on to your MailChimp account. I have many MailChimp accounts. So you make sure if you have many, make sure you log into the right MailChimp account. You log, then they'll connect it. Then here it's going to ask you which accounts. So because see how I've got so many, I've got a few MailChimp accounts. I make sure that I click the right one. Now, this is the action that many people don't do. So I'm saying email is this one, to send it to MailChimp. Make sure this email from Groove is an email subscriber email. You can see here to MailChimp. Double opt-in, just put false. This double opt-in just means that when someone signs up to your email, you don't want MailChimp to send them another email to say, hey, confirming that you've just opted into someone's funnel. So you don't want to do that, right? Just so you put false. Update existing, yes, because you will get existing customers that you want to update the existing. So you put yes. Don't worry about the groups. I just put add only. And then you could see here, so ignore the rest. Language, I put EN, mean English. And you can see here, this is where the tags are. See how I've got LinkedIn? So this particular one, I have, if you remember a few weeks ago, we ran a LinkedIn masterclass with Wei, and I created a tag called LinkedIn. So anyone that came through that will come to this LinkedIn and be tagged LinkedIn, and it will then send that email and name to MailChimp with the tag LinkedIn. And even though it's an existing subscriber, remember how I said here, update existing, it will then add LinkedIn tag to it. And then when that tag is added, an email will be sent to that person. Okay. And then first name, make sure it's there. And then last name. So you got to fill this in, right? So you could even put this as email if you want to, but that's not right. Yeah. So you got to make sure first name, you want this from Groove to say name. And you just go through the form, right? And look, guys, this might seem a bit overwhelming right now, but once you go and actually do it yourself in the free account, you will start to get it. Okay. So I'm just taking you through these steps so that you kind of know what to expect. Okay. And so I've just shown you an existing one. So to set one up is pretty easy. You just go create Zap. Okay. And you just create and open an editor. And you can see both. So you look for Groove. Okay, there we are, Groove. And then, and so on and so on. I'm not going to finish it because I've shown you those steps. Add, and you want to go to MailChimp. There you go, MailChimp. And that's it. And then you go fill in the blanks that where I've just gone through all the details with you. And then you don't need a third action unless you wanted to. And that's basically how you do Zaps, right? So that's how I'm able to, so you can see here, I've got a few Zaps. There's one. So now the thing is, once you finish, you can actually replicate. So you can see here, copy and create many of the Zaps. So one command right here, right, you can see was a LinkedIn one. I could copy and do another one and call it, I don't know, automation emails for the next event and so on, right? Unlimited tags to create. So for each one, you do one each. So this one I just showed you was for a LinkedIn one. But if you're not using the LinkedIn one anymore, you can go back into what I just showed you just then, which was this one. And go back in because the event is over. And you could set up the action. You could go in there and you could take out LinkedIn and then you could update to, what is it? Membership site. It could be funnel day. It could be copywriting. See, all those tags are here. Now, these tags, for it to appear here, you have to make sure you set up in MailChimp. So if I go back to MailChimp right here, the tags are pretty easy to do. You just go to audience or contacts or go to tags on the left. And look, you might not be using MailChimp, Active Campaign, same thing. You just find out where to create tags. It's a pretty standard feature. Create tag, simple as that. And just create something and it's there. And once you've done that, it's almost immediate. You go back in here, refresh the tag and then choose the tag that you want, right? And that's basically how tag works, okay? So I'm just going to go back to my slides. So is there any questions, guys? I'll pause there. So I know it's a bit slow in the beginning where I showed you the simple way of doing MailChimp, the simple way. But the problem with just sending things straight from GrooveFunnels straight to MailChimp is the fact that it's not tagged. So when you get new customers, what do you do with it? Or if you have 2-3 events, how do you distinguish who to send it to? So there's a few problems just sending it straight to MailChimp. You need to what they call enrich the data or your contacts to tell MailChimp what to do. So I'm just going to read some of the comments here. Okay, Coco's like 25,000 contacts. Yeah, if you have 25,000 contacts, it's very much so that you're probably going to have repeat customers coming back, and you need to tell them, you know, what emails to send to them, right? If they're already existing, they will miss out on your emails. No auto email. Yep. So that's the first thing, no auto email. But then, yes, what happens when you do have auto email? How do you send numerous and different auto email? Is the power of the tags, right? Okay, do you send out auto email using ActiveCampaign? Yeah. So Michelle, it could be ActiveCampaign, it could be MailChimp. Okay. So for all of you guys who don't want to be spending or investing money in an autoresponder yet, give MailChimp a go. I'm still using MailChimp. It's a good way to just try it out for free, and it works until you want to do something really complicated. You like the look and feel of ActiveCampaign. Yeah, I have used ActiveCampaign myself, but it was quite expensive for what I'm now doing. So I decided to stop that, and I'm using MailChimp. And also, so I could show you guys how to use MailChimp as well, because it's free. Okay. Okay. And so I want to tag, yep, the other data about name and email. So yeah, so name and email is basically tagged with it. Okay. So does anyone have any questions before I move to the next thing? Anyone have any questions? Anyone? No questions? Okay. No? All right.
Victoria has one.
Who?
Victoria just typed one. How about other data apart from name and email?
Yeah, so you could create it as you go. Remember how I went to, and the good thing about Zapier, remember how I was showing, I'll just share screen again with you guys. Okay. So remember how in here, I'm just going to go back a bit. So you just continue creating new fields, right? So let's see here. Go back to your pop-up. Okay. This is going a little bit more advanced now. So instead of name and email, you just drag in another of these gray boxes. You know how I was dragging in all these two gray boxes? Just drag another gray box in and put, I don't know, favorite color. Drag another box in and go male or female kind of thing, right? And you just put gender. If you don't want, Groove can't do drop down box at the moment, so you can just put gender, male or female. They can fill it in. And then when you click into the email, you just have to configure it. You have to tell the form what is the name of that field, right? Now, I know this is very simple, like name, of course it's name. But what if I just want to call it, no, yeah, people can put this can be name, or I could change this. I could go gender.
Davina, she just typed in that she's asking about the configuration section, the input ID. What do you put for other things?
Yeah, so for name, it's usually name like this and name. You could call it anything you want, right? You could call it, okay, this is name, but you could call it something else. You can put first name if you wanted to, but make sure it's lowercase and call it first name. For example, this is the ID. ID meaning what is MailChimp going to read. So first name, for example, you can do something like that, right? So I'm not going to save this because I'm just worried it might stuff up the rest of my sequence, but let me show you where it goes, right? So if I click into here, now when starting out, guys, try and keep it simple. I know you're trying to think about all this stuff that could happen. Best thing when you're learning, keep it simple, make it work. And once it's working, then you add in those more complicated stuff, because at least you know that if you added those complicated stuff and it doesn't work, then you know, oh, okay, this, I do understand the process. It's working. Obviously, there's something that I've done that is not working. So make sure you start simple, get it working before you start anything too complicated. So you can see here the test trigger. So you see how this data, it says data D. You see how name is Zachary test. which is I'm just putting a name and a test, an email. So I could have created this one, even though someone's given me name, I could name it and call it F name, first name, whatever I want it to be, right? And it will appear, but you need to send it out once. So let me see if it works because I didn't set it. I'm not sure whether it will work. Okay, I'll just test it just for the purpose of this demonstration. Let me just see. So let's just call it full name. You can call it whatever you want to be, just to show that it works. So update. Okay, update. And what I've got here, just checking that it's Zap to Zoom is the one I'm using. Okay, save and exit and publish. Make sure you publish. Okay, now going back to Groove, making sure that I am using Groove. Okay, that's right. Zap to Zoom. See how I made sure that it matches? That I'm using this integration called Zap to Zoom. And you see this thing here, it says name, right? So I'm going to get new data come through soon. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to refresh this. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go Davina test. No, I'm just going to go Davina now and just go Davina now 123 at gmail.com. Okay. Sending. Okay. Don't worry about that. Then what I'm going to do, go back into here, refresh. And then I'm going to click onto this. See how load more? Is it coming through? Isn't it the case? Every time you want to test and show something, it doesn't work. Okay, set up trigger, continue, data. We found new data. So this one. So basically what I'm trying to show you that I've just pulled in new data, but it's not sending at the moment. So it might be something else I need to look at. But basically, that's what it's meant to do, that this name I created as full name and it should come through as that. And then what you need to do then is when you get into MailChimp, you set up the action and make sure instead, so say this one is name, you don't go and go, oh, for email, I'm just going to press name. Obviously, that's wrong, right? Sorry, subscriber email that you're sending to MailChimp, you want it to be this one, right? So the system can't read. You have to tell it. So subscriber email to MailChimp, you want to pick up email, you don't want to pick up name. So if you tell it to pick up name, MailChimp, when you go to MailChimp account, it's going to pick up Katrina, this name here, right? Name, which is wrong. What you want is you want email. Okay. So I don't want to troubleshoot in front of you guys, but basically what I was trying to show is that this will get the data in, it will pull the data. And if I can refresh that, it would have that come in, but I don't have time to troubleshoot at the moment, but that's what it's meant to do. But try and keep it simple. Start off with lowercase name and email and make sure it works before you do that, right? So I'm just going to show you this quickly. I found that link now. So to set up a new email, I thought I found it. It's here. Okay. Okay, you go to automation. So on the left, if you're using MailChimp, automation, pretty straightforward. It's this button here. I didn't see it because there's all this like Zoom stuff or clouding it. It's create. Now you press create and you want classic automation. Very easy, right? Classic automation. And this will pop up, okay? Now what you're saying is you can welcome a new subscriber, which will work the first time, right? Welcome, if say if it's an opt-in and you want to welcome to the opt-in, but then again, these days, you probably have so many freebies that it might be that they're already a subscriber, so it's not going to work. So it's very important that you add this whole tag in there. So email subscribers when they're tagged, right? So send an email to when you tag them. So this is what I want to do. So if it was a simple one, this is going to work the first time, but it's not going to work when you have a lot of things. So when you go email subscribers when they're tagged, so email campaign name, you can name it whatever. So I'm going to leave it as default. I'm on the free account, so I'm only allowed one list, which is to get unstuck online. Begin, and then it will ask me what I want to do. See, it comes back to this screen that I showed you earlier. Edit settings, you can change the name. Email subscribers when tagged. Demo, for example. From, who is it from? You could be a client's name. It doesn't have to be your name. It could be your MailChimp account, but your client's name from, Davina and Coco. That's how I did it. But it had default as Davina because it was my account. And you could change your email. So you have this one MailChimp account, and you could be sending it and using it for 10 of your other businesses, but just by changing it the from email. So I could be from, hello at CEO Kids. Coco does work with, kids and entrepreneurship. You could just change it. So Coco can be using this email, this account of mine, right? So it can do that. So I'm just gonna, what is it? Put it back. Hello. Get unstuck. So that's how you set it up, right? From scratch, okay? And then what you do is update settings. What's happening? Get unstuck online. So it knew that it wasn't a real email. Okay, so now you're here. So then you go trigger. The trigger, you go to edit, and you could go 1 day or immediately. So for me, a lot of the stuff that I do is immediately. So I click immediately, and then I go when it's tagged with one of these things. So the most recent one, automation. So every time you guys subscribe or sign up to the webinar, you'll be immediately tagged with automation. And that's why you get the emails, right? Every day, leave, and then design the email. Okay. And then you go, what's the name of your email? The email subject, what will people see on the email subject itself? Who is it from? You can change that. Email, you can also change that. Okay, next. Okay, I'll just go hello. And then go next. Okay, and then you can choose a template. So this is still under a free account, right? So I'm just going to choose any template. And it will come here like so. And you could delete it. So what I did is I would, delete this. How I did my email was delete this. I don't need any pictures, delete it. I might put my logo at the top, delete this section. I don't need this. I'll just clean it up really quickly like that, right? Delete all this. You don't need any of this stuff at the bottom. Okay, when everything it's clean, nice template. See how it's just all this, or you could even delete that altogether if you don't have a logo, keep it clean. And then you just go edit and you just type, hello, this is a demo, like so, right? Save and continue. Save and close, save and continue. Okay, and that's it. And then you go next. Oops, sorry, there's one more thing. Most important thing is the tagging. Edit, go to the tagged email. Oh no, we did tag it. We tag it to automation. And that's it. That really is how you do it, right? Save and continue next. So it's a tag automation and start sending. And it will just start sending to everyone. Whoops. You know what just happened there? All of you guys are going to get that this is a demo because I've just tagged it to automation. So you probably get an email very soon, basically that this is a demo, or you might not, because that could be when I receive new email. So the fact that you're already tagged, it may not get it, right? So you got to be careful. Usually with this stuff is like when someone is tagged. So if they're already tagged, they're not going to get it. So that's how you do it, right? So I've got a few more questions there. stop share. Okay, is the tag linked to an email used in the signed up? Yes, that's right. So remember how I went in and I used integration and I picked the integration in Groove for Zapier. So what it does is it will send the information to Zapier. Zapier enrich the data to tag it before sending it to MailChimp. Okay. If there's a person signs up on a different occasion, it would still be understood as the same client. Yes, it will be the same client because it's only one unique email, right? Will MailChimp be able to know whatever you write in it? Yes. So that's where in the Zapier, how you click at the bottom part that you are telling it that this is email, this is the name. And that's how MailChimp will know. So the command is happening in Zapier. Okay. Will once link email, what if the name too? Yeah. So they will pick that up as well. So as you go through, that's what's going to be picked up. So the very last thing I want to show you is it's this one here. All right. So I've just shown you how I would have tagged copywriting. I would have tagged automation, right? So you could do 2 emails sending at the same time. Okay. So I could have 2 of these funnels live right now. One is tagged copywriting and one is tagged automation. And then you get all those separate emails, right? So if you have no questions, I'm going to move on to the next thing. So this is a little bit more advanced in the sense that if you have a membership site and a sales form. So what I just showed you there was the simple form. Remember how I dragged in all these like gray boxes and things like that? That is a very simple form. Now, for most of you guys that came through and signed up to this webinar, you would have came through this form right here, right? So I want you to be familiarized with it. All of you would have known that you didn't fill in a simple form that I just built, but you came through this form. Now, this form is not a simple form that I built. It's actually Groove Sales form. So Groove Sell is the platform within Groove Funnels that collects payment, or if you make it $0, it will collect no payment, but you can still use this form as a zero sale. So that's why for you guys, when you got the discount code is $0, you still need to put the credit card details, but you won't get charged for it. The only way where your client actually don't need to put the credit card details, if you actually make the product $0. Now, for you guys, we'll go, okay, how do I create this form? Okay, I'm not going to cover that today, but I do have in our membership site and also in our YouTube channel, how to create a Groove Sell form. Okay. So to create Groove Sell, so for those of you who are up to this stage, when it comes to creating a Groove Sell form, I know you guys are having trouble to link Zapier to this because you can't click on the form and have this pop-up, right? That pop-up of this one here. I'll just show you quickly this pop-up. Okay, so the pop-up right here, the form. So with a simple form, you could have this on the right-hand side. You could integrate it to Zapier right here, right? But with Groove Sell, you're like, how do you do it? How do you can't do this, right? So this is the part that I'll show you if you're already using Groove Sell. So first of all, you go to Groove Sell, okay, right? And in Groove Sell, look, for those of you guys that are not using this yet, don't panic. This is a little bit more advanced, but when you get to this stage, this is what you need to do. Because I know some of you guys are already using Groove Sell and a bit stuck with tagging. That's why I've decided to just add this last part in there. So you can see these are all my products, right? So you can see the automation workshop. What's that called? Yeah. So I'm going to go to manage product. Okay. And I'm also using Zapier to create a tag. So I go to edit. And where this so-called integration happens is in the product itself. So you go to fulfillment. And this is just a little bit bonus for all of you guys who are already in this advanced stage. So you can't use integration. Now, you can use integration if you actually have a list. So if I paid MailChimp and actually able to have more than one list, it would work. If you're in ActiveCampaign, you have lists, this would work. But because I decided to be on the free MailChimp account, I decided to use and pay Zapier and use webhook. Okay, this works seamlessly, very, very smooth. And you can see here this webhook URL. And what this is similar to the integration, right? You can see here, this is a URL here. Now, if I go back to Groove, into Zapier. So this is Zapier, right? I'll go back to my dashboard. Instead of linking Groove, I'm using a webhook. So you can see here, webhook automation. So you can see here, this is my actual live webhook automation. And they call it catch a hook. Okay. Now, I'm just going to reverse engineer and show you what I do in here. But when you go and do it yourself, you just create, instead of choosing GrooveFunnels, you just choose webhook. And you need to log in, catch a hook. The trigger event is catch a hook. Continue. And you'll see that they'll give you this URL here. And you copy this URL, go back in here, paste it in. And what will happen is when someone fill in your sales form, it's going to extract that data, bring it to here. Okay, bring it to here. And you can see here, bring it to here. And then you're going to tell it what you want to do. So in this case, for all of you guys who came through this webinar today, I've used webhook because you filled in a GrooveSell form. You didn't fill in a normal form with all the gray boxes, right? You fill in a GrooveSell form. And so I caught a hook and I set up the action, and all of you guys have been tagged with, where is it? I'll show you the automation. Can you see here the tag? So all of you guys have been tagged automation, and then it'll be sent to MailChimp with your name, existing ones, even new and existing, with the tag automation. And when MailChimp sees this tag of automation, it will send that welcome and thank you and follow-up emails for that. Okay, so you could create 3 or 5, depending on how many events or products that you have, as many webhooks that you want, and do this. Okay, so obviously one command for one hook. So if you have 5 events, you have to create 5 different one of these, and all you have to do is just copy and paste. So see, if you know this works, just have to go right click, copy, and create 5 different ones for 5 different events, because you have to have 5 different tags. Okay, so that's the more advanced part of it. So this is the Groove form, right? They all came through this form here. So like I said, just recapping, fulfillment, if you go into your product, it's the webhook, and that's how you do it. So I think, Michelle, you might be missing this step. That is going to be really powerful for you. So you can stop sending emails manually. So how does it work? You set up the webhook in Zapier. Okay, so same thing. So you go to Groove, you get you link it up to the same Zapier integration. So when you log into Zapier, make sure you pick up that integration. Then you paste it into GrooveSell. So you get that code and you paste it into GrooveSell, like I just showed you. Set up the Zapier with the tag command in Zapier, and then you set up the automation campaign in MailChimp as normal. So the only difference is that because the form is different, one is the simple form that I showed you earlier with the pop-up, and the other one is a GrooveSell form. Both use Zapier. It's just a different way of linking it. Okay. So I've just shown you that on how to do it. So we did that together just then. And so this one here, I just want to show you another live test case on what I do. Okay, just to here. Okay, so you would have seen, so I'll exit this one. Oops, exit this. No, we're still here. Right. So let me show you another example. So going back to Groove Pages. Okay, so if you go into this one here, so how does it all fall into place? So I know it's a bit all over the shop there. Now I just want to put it into practice on how it all works, right? So this is the template that Coco used to set up her funnel. This is hers here. So you can see here, she just wants to collect emails. Like that's the new thing right now, the opt-in, right? So instead of a pop-up form, this is not a pop-up form. This is an actual form on the page. Works exactly the same way. So you could see here, I click into here, go on the right-hand side, configure. So it's even less complicated. I don't have a pop-up. So I don't need name. So input ID, the name of this field to tell the system or the computer's language. I'm going to tell them lowercase email. And what do you want to put input placeholder? So in my pop-up form, I was very simple. I just put email with uppercase E. In this one, I put your email address here. And that's why it says your email address is here and update. And this is how it works, right? Then the next thing we're going to do in the old way, you would have gone and most people would go, I'm just going to do MailChimp. Great, straight to MailChimp. But guess what? Like I just revealed to you guys, it's not going to work if you got repeat customers, right? So MailChimp alone is not going to be good enough. So if I link this straight to Coco's MailChimp account, well, she can send emails to her new customers, but her repeat customers are not going to get her welcome email because her welcome email is just going to be anyone that's new. Okay, so you need to tag it, but you can see here, I can't tag it. Okay, the MailChimp can't tag it in here. And same for ClickFunnels. I've used ClickFunnels as well. It's hard to tag it. I also use Zapier, right? And that's how I kind of know how to use Zapier. So what you do is I'm going to choose the one that I've been using that's linked in Zapier, which is this one here. Zap to Zoom is my one that I've been using. And then after you've zapped it, where do you want people to go? You want them to go to the next page, being the webinar funnel page, okay, and update, and that's how you do it. Recently, for some reason, I think it's not working. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, if it's not working, it's quite simple. You just go to this webinar funnel here, which is this page here that I want it to go. And all I do is just copy this link right here, go back to your opt-in page right here, okay, go to configure. Okay, go up one because I want to go to Zap to Zoom. I'm going to go to, after the thank you, I'm just going to go paste the URL. I want it to go to the next page. Update. Okay, and I'm going to publish. Okay, so this just published in this is live, by the way, but you don't know the link to it. And this is what happens, right? So when someone go and puts in the email, it will actually go to that Zapier thing, right? So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to go to the website like here. Okay, and you can see here, you can enter the email. Refresh. Okay, refresh it. And then make sure something that I'll sometimes forget is that if you put something download journey here, what you can do, because this form is up here, what you can do is for this one, you do use pop-ups as well, right? So you can build the pop-ups like I showed you just then, and just make sure you link it to pop-up like here. So if I go down here, click it, and all you have to do is just link to pop-up. Okay, so all these could be web class registration and update. And then you just need to create a pop-up form, web class registration, and then you just build it out. Okay, so at the moment you can see here it's not built out, and you can build it out. It looks a bit, you can drag this in here for just a placeholder, save and exit. Okay, and so that's what you do. So right now, when I send an email, it will then go to Zapier right here. Okay, so Zapier, where's my group? Oh, it was this one, group funnel Zapier link, which is this one here. Okay, and what I do is group funnels, new form submission, and what I do is Zap to Zoom. So that's the integration that I use, right? Choose account. Yep. Set up trigger. Yep. Test trigger. The data is there. Continue. And then you just go on to do this. Okay, so that's what it does. Every time, basically what this form in Zapier is saying is that every time that GrooveFunnels has a new form submission, send it here and what you're going to do with it, right? So, oops, like so, new form submission, continue, zap to Zoom. So see how all these different zaps are here? It's going to load. I'm chosen the zap to Zoom and test trigger. Now, if you go back into here, right? Now, let's just say I replicate this. I'm going to change this funnel, and instead of motivate your child to study, you're going to call it like how to tell them, I don't know, something else. It's like how to inspire them to study instead of how to motivate them. Something a little bit different, right? So you have two different funnels. So what you need to do is you just have to make sure that this configuration could be a different zap. So you could go with get unstuck MailChimp or a different one that you name. Then you go back into Zapier and you choose a different one. So instead of zap to Zoom, you choose a different one. So what you're doing is you need to make sure that these different zaps are different funnels. So you could think of it as these are different funnels, and you're going to match up those funnels with the zaps that are using. So it's best that you probably should, I'm probably not really naming it correctly because I reuse my zaps, and I transport my zaps everywhere, but you could set up different zaps or different funnels and name them according to the funnel so you know which is which, right? So yeah, so that's basically what I do here. So then when you get to the next page, okay, next page, it's this one here. And this is very similar to what we've been doing, right? So this is the second page, and I'm just going to move this across. This is a pop-up, exactly the same as what I was showing you earlier. It's just different layout. This is exactly the same pop-up. Okay, and then the thank you page. So this how it's just in different orders, right? Before I show you the simple pop-up, but in this case, the simple pop-up form is actually in the second page. Okay, so when you click here, the pop-up will appear. So I'll just go to that current page. If you click on here, the pop-up should appear. Okay, and that is what I showed you in the very first step, the simple pop-up. The only thing is just make sure that you tag them, right? Then the next one is this one. So this is the first page. So the first page is not a pop-up. It's just a simple form right here, and it goes straight. So in this template, it's actually simpler than a GrooveSell. Now, if you want to sell something, that's a different funnel. It would be the funnel that you guys came through on, which is this one. Okay, just let me get out of this one. It's this one here. So this is the one. So that's the one type of funnel. And then there's this other funnel that you guys come through on. And I just wanted to see that the similarity, like just because they look different, is actually very, very simple. So register here. Okay. So see, this is my first page, but in the other funnel, it is the second page. Same thing, right? But in this case, I've now linked it to the pop-up because I was demonstrating for you guys. But before I changed it, I actually wanted to go to the next page, which is the automated class. So I'm going to update. That is what happened, right? That's why when you guys clicked on that, you didn't have a pop-up form. You guys went to this form, right? Which is the GrooveSell form, which is this form. Okay. And this is where you embed the code for the product. So when you saw earlier, a little bit more advanced, where I showed you step-by-step and have that webhook. So I get a link once I set it up, and I paste the link into here, and the form or the product will appear here. So think of this form like a product, and this product is the automation workshop that appears here. And they will then use a webhook to then collect the information to then send it to Zapier. So they all work the same way, where they all use Zapier in between. So it's always Groove. And I'm just going to go back to that slide here to show you again. It's always this one here. Okay. Going back to basics, right? So before was this, right? Very simple, GrooveFunnels, MailChimp, integration, mail. But the problem was that what if we have existing customers, they're not going to get all these different campaigns and different emails. So there's a flaw in something too simple. So then you add a tag. Just one more step was add a tag, right? But how do you add a tag when GrooveFunnels doesn't do that for you, or even ClickFunnels doesn't do that for you? How to do that? So what you do is I add Zapier in between, which collects the data before it reaches MailChimp. It enriches the data before it gives to MailChimp. Now, to do Zapier, one way is to build the integration just like I showed you for MailChimp. And the other way, when you use a GrooveSell form like this, you need to use a webhook, okay? So that you don't have to send any more manual emails, okay? So in this one, summarizing this one, so with the opt-in and the webinar, so the first one you use, so what you would do to set it up in practice, you would have Zapier linked to that form, and then you're going to have a tag in that command in Zapier, say Olympic book, because when you sign in, you're going to get this Olympic book. So the email will go out with the link to download the Olympic book. Then the second page was the free gift. So someone will then click onto the second page, the pop-up form will come up and they'll fill it in. Then it's going to send the same email in like 30 seconds later to the same MailChimp account, same email, and they're going to tag it with Webinar Kids, right? Then the second automation email will go out to the same person and go, hey, you've just signed up to a webinar and this is the link to Zoom. All this happened without you even doing anything because you've just set up 2 automated emails in MailChimp, all for free, which is what I just showed you today, right? So, oops, I'll do next. So for all of you guys who, as a special gift for all of you guys that are attending, I know some of you guys already bought the funnel. So I'm just going to show you the funnel like here. Oops, stop sharing. How do I share? Stop share. So the funnel that Coco used is this funnel here, right? Which is I've built out Groove Pages in here. This funnel here. So I know some of you guys that's currently here, you've already bought this funnel, but don't worry, I will also give you.
You're not sharing your screen.
Huh? Yeah. Hang on. Let's get. Okay. All right, this one here. So double click. Okay. So I know a few of you guys already bought this funnel. So today I'm going to give you a special gift, and really strictly only people that are in here. And as you know, we've got a small bunch here. And I just wanted to reward you guys and at the same time, thank you guys for being here to give you that extra funnel for you guys, right? So if you already bought this, great. You're not going to miss out. All you have to do is just send me a text and say, can I get my gift for attending today live? I will send it to you. But if you haven't bought it and you like to take advantage of it, if you buy this today, I will also send you the gift, okay? So this is what Coco was using, okay? This is the funnel that Coco was actually using. You can see here it's built up. Obviously, our mentor, he's told us that this is the way to go and given us permission to copy what he's doing. So that's what we did. We decided to help the Groove community and build it in Groove. Even though his one was built in ClickFunnels, we built it in Groove. So this is the first page, as you can see here. Then the second page is the webinar class, okay? This one here. Obviously, you can put your video. That's the free gift, like so. And you click here, there will be a pop-up and then the thank you page. So it's 3 full pages of an entire funnel that we're actually doing it before and still for $99 for non-VIP members. I know some of you guys here are not our affiliate, which is fine. I'd like to thank you for being here today. And we'll give you a one-off offer for that our VIP normally get to buy this funnel for $49, which is like a really good deal. If someone told me years ago that I can buy our mentor's funnel for $49 instead of $10,000, I would not even like blink an eye. I'll be like, just where do I sign up, right? So it's taken me hours to build it, obviously, and Coco has taken it for a test run. As you can see, she's made it her own. Exactly the same format. Just put in your words, link it up to your Zapier, and I've even shown you how to link it up to your Zapier, all that for $49. And you can see here, it is $99. Now, if this is only a one-off special for anyone that is here today, obviously those who paid $99 before, you had a special previous to that, which gave you access to, I believe, like a very good deal for a webinar before. But in this, for today's special, we're going to give it to you for $49. Okay. And the code to get it for $49 is optin4246. Okay. Now I will be changing that code by the end of today. So end of today, meaning depending on where you are. So it will be, we started the webinar at 10 a.m. Singapore, Kuala Lumpur time, 12 p.m. Australian time. So this offer will finish 12 hours from the start of this webinar, which is 10 p.m. Malaysian, Singaporean time, or 12 a.m. Australian, Melbourne time. This offer will finish because this is actually strictly a VIP, our affiliate special. So I will be changing that code after this. This is what they've been using, and some of them have already bought. Now, the special gift that you're going to get is this. Okay. So I know that as much as we like to have a funnel that looks like our mentors, but it doesn't necessarily mean we all need it, right? We might just have an event that's coming out, just like a lot of us have one, and even myself, that I don't necessarily need all these 3 pages. I want to practice my webinar class, and I just want to get people to sign up to come to webinar. And I want to be able to also maybe give it away with a pre-training. So what I'm going to give is that. So I don't need to have to show you the funnel because you guys all came through that funnel. And that is the sign up funnel that you guys came through. You came to the automation, you click register here, took you to a sign up page, which is the Groove Sale form. Now that form, you just have to build in your product, which is very easy to do. There's a YouTube channel on how to do that. You can make it free as a pre-training so that you could then make it $0, or you could do the way I did it, where I charge $99, $49, whatever, and create a coupon code that is $0, right? And then congratulations page. So you get the funnel that Coco and I have been like repurposing all this time as an extra gift for being here today when you buy the funnel. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to give you guys a kick up the ass, because when we spoke to Wei a couple of weeks ago, when we helped him put out his webinar, he was like, it was so great that you guys kicked me up the ass, and I launched my first time launched his webinar that he did. He's been sitting on it. He hasn't been doing it, but when we asked him to do it, we set up his funnel, did it all, and he's able to then just launch, right? So this is the idea, is to give you the funnel as much as we can so that you can actually launch straight away. So to get it, the link is below, bit.ly/new funnel now. Okay. Like I said, very, very short, limited time special. This is not going to happen again after, 10 hours from now. Okay. So now, for those of you who are not already on Groove and like to find out how do I get Groove, I just want to take you through some of the stuff that you can do with Groove compared to Groove, to say ClickFunnels as a popular one. So ClickFunnels, all they really give you is what they call Groove pages, which is the funnel, what you see, right? But what they don't give you is things like storing the video. They call it Groove videos. So instead of going to pay Wistia or Vimeo, you can store all of that now inside Groove. Okay, so already that's another saving, right? They are about to launch their own autoresponder. So what I showed you today, I know it's good to know the skill on how to link in MailChimp ActiveCampaign, but not long, you won't have to do that anymore. You can actually do it all within Groove. And I'll be playing with that very soon. They just launched it within. And I'll be going through how to set up, what time to send the email and create a whole email chain within Groove. That is included in the membership inside the Platinum Groove. Okay. Now, I believe that email autoresponder is only available for upgraded Groove members. So meaning that if you're a paid member, you get that automatically, but for the free one, you don't. Now, for you guys today, whatever I was showing you guys today, you actually don't have to buy Groove yet. You can actually get Groove for free and play with it and use our funnels that you buy for $49. It will still work on a free Groove funnels. But if you do go ahead and buy it, not only do you get the 25,000 contacts to store as well as the autoresponder, you also get to be the affiliate members. So when you tell your friends, like when I get together with Coco and a few of our friends, we earn also for Groove will pay us the 40%. Like after you've sold 2, the reason after you've sold 2 is because they don't want people to be dodgy. They want you to be like genuinely sold 2. And then after that, they will, not that they won't give you the first one, they'll give you the first and second one. It's just that you unlock the payment after the second sale. Okay. So automatically by you joining Groove, you will get to be part of their affiliate membership where they pay you 40% every time you help someone out to tell them about Groove. Now, if you don't want to pay yet because you want to, what they call bootstrap your way, as a free member, if you sell Groove, you get 20%. As a free member, you get 20% when you sell Groove affiliate now, okay? So by upgrading, no brainer, you get 40%. Provely is one of my other favorite ones. Look, I'm just giving you a few examples. Obviously, there's a lot more on the right-hand side, the whole list, but I'm telling you my favorite stuff in Groove, Provely. So if you know when you buy something on the left-hand side, website always go, oh, so-and-so from this country has bought this. So-and-so and this person in this country has bought that. That really helped my conversion when I was doing webinars. Conversion went up like I almost say it was almost doubled my conversion because people are FOMO. People say, oh, this is not dodgy. People actually do sign up. And by the way, those stuff is real. It's not made up, right? But it's just helping you tell people that you are legit, people actually signing up to your webinar. And that is included in Groove. And you know what? I actually paid for Provely for a membership only to discover Groove gave it out for free. So it's genuine, like it actually, so when you sign up to my webinar, you would have seen that little pop-up on the left. That for ClickFunnels, they would have to pay. But with Groove is actually included, which is like that my favorite, right? So you see on the right-hand side, there's a lot more that's coming. There's obviously the webinar jam that will be coming similar to that. They've got blogging, they've got Groove Card like Shopify. So a lot more that is coming. Okay. So for those who don't know, I think most of you have upgraded. For those who don't know, at the moment, it's 1,397 for a lifetime, and you get all of this. Now, why are they just doing a lifetime? Well, because when Coco and I first started, and many of us in this room that just started, it was a little bit buggy. Okay. Not going to lie. It's a bit buggy 12 months ago. But now it's so smooth that I'm able to build our mentors funnel in like half a day. Like it did take a while, but I was able to build it because the functions were all there. I could even choose my own colors to match exactly. I could mimic. You could see how real, how like exactly the same as a ClickFunnels one because it's just improved in the last 12 months. Now they keep improving and keep adding these features, but obviously they're rewarding people who are coming on board and giving them a lifetime access until they have all of this stuff up and running. They're going to be going to monthly. Okay. Now the monthly, unfortunately, rumors are it is starting next month. So 1st of September is my understanding. I don't know what the cost is, but they're going to start charging people monthly. So if you have already upgraded.
Can I jump in on here?
Yeah.
Can I jump in on this?
Yeah.
The lifetime access price is going up on September the 1st.
Okay.
So you've got a few days and it's going to go from 1,397 to 1,999, I think, or 1,997. But the subscription is going to come in November. So that's the announcement so far. So And also they are taking away the 5% tier 2 for the free members. So even if you get a free account now, you're not going to be entitled to the 5% tier 2. And also they will be lowering anytime the commission tiers. So just like ClickFunnels, when they first started, they gave out a lot of commission, but now it's very minimal. You need to reach a lot of targets before you get it. So they will be reducing it as well. So if you do want to also earn from the affiliate, people who join under you, especially for those who are in agency, because if you're doing agency and you're doing it for clients, you might want to sign them up on their own account. So they are paying for the account, but you are also earning affiliate from it. It might be a good time to do it now, to upgrade now, so that you can get the most out of Groove. Because once they've grandfathered it in and then they start pushing out as they have announced already, you're not going to get any of that. So for those who are already on Groove and upgraded, I would advise you to go and watch. They're running Groovathons a lot of times now because they're going very, very aggressively with all the updates. And I don't know whether you know, but Webinar Jam and EverWebinar is actually has the same founder as Groove. So the webinar things I'm really excited about, because those are the automated webinar and the live webinars stuff. So all those will be included in the upgraded version only. I don't think you get it in the free version. Okay, so for anyone who still is on the fence, consider that, because that price is like literally 1 year of ClickFunnels. Yeah. So anyway, back to you. Sorry.
Thank you, Coco. Yeah, so obviously, Coco, a lot more across that one. I've been busy building funnels. So thank you for Coco keeping us up to date to that. So guys, anyone that I know that has bought a year ago, and back then Groove Funnels was a bit buggy, and 12 months later, I don't think anyone would tell you they regret buying Groove. It has only gone better and easier to use, even for Coco, and she's always a first to put her hand up to say she's non-technical, and even she can like build out a whole funnel. And I was so proud of her when she built her own funnel that I just showed you guys today by using a template that I've pre-built, because it's so easy to use and it's just going to get better and better. Apparently they've hired some designers that used to work for iPad. So, you know, iPad is like really easy to use, right? Like the user interface. So they hired someone that used to work for iPad to help them make Groove as easy to use in iPad. So if you have already upgraded, I'm sure you're sitting there saying, did not regret it, right? So those who haven't upgraded, I would strongly suggest you do, and it's coming from a good place, because you will not regret it. Like a lot of things that you can do that you'll be mind blown. You may not know it now because you haven't gone out to suffer like me and Coco and a few of us, paid the expensive things to ClickFunnels, $100 and something US a month, and Provely and Vimeo, all those costs added up, only to find out this is so much better. And this wasn't even available when we started, right? Now, obviously Groove by itself is great, but we would like you to be part of our community. So as you know, and there's no secret that when you become an affiliate, I would hope that you would learn from us as well. So we want to support you to be a good affiliate, and we also want to support you to get up to speed to launching your product. So for those of you who are already our members, you already know this and you have this, right? That will send to you other pre-built funnels that we've built, not ugly funnels that I've used, that I paid thousands of dollars in US dollars to designers to copy our mentors one, because look, he spent millions of dollars testing out what works. So why go and try and reinvent the wheel? And he's given us permission to be inspired and copy it. So that's what I did. I went to a designer, said, copy this funnel works. And that's what I did. But I thought, I'm trying to build a community to help each other out. So if you are joining my community, me and Coco together with the rest of us, we would like to welcome you by giving you 2 funnels, which is a webinar funnel and also a sales funnel, which is that you can see there vaguely on the left, that you get. So those of you who've already bought, it's already in your inbox. You just have to click on the link and it will suck into your Groove Funnels account. 2 more funnels that you get, right? In the middle is our membership site, so our VIP membership site. So if you bought replays, it will be loaded in there. All the other ones is step by step. So step by step what to do. So like I mentioned, no, if you haven't set up a product before, there is a YouTube channel in there on how to set a Groove sale form. So I go through that, and you can just click through step by step, watch the video and follow through. And it's all like a one-stop shop, and you get access to that very detailed membership site. And of course, on the right-hand side, once in a while, Coco and I will come up with products that we want to launch, and we'll always give special price to our members. So you would know that those who are members, you got a special price of $49 instead of $99 for the template that we spent hours working on to mimic our guru, so our mentor. So you will once in a while will get specials for VIP because you are part of affiliate. We want you to succeed. We want to push you, make sure you launch. It makes us happy when you do. And so that's what we do. When we come up with new products, you will be the first front line to get special prices versus someone who's not in our community, but we'll still help. But we would just like to reward those who's actually part of our community, that when they sell to their affiliates, we also get like a small percentage, like 10%, right? But it's still our thank you for being part of us in the journey. Okay. So just if you want to join us, if you don't already and you want to be part of affiliate, the link is at the bottom, bit.ly groove changes. That will take you through to affiliate. Okay. Now I've got this little asterisk at the bottom, say clear cache. Now you as an affiliate should also know this. Okay. When you sign up your own affiliate, and there's a lot of you guys in the room who are affiliates, that before you sign up your affiliate, make sure that they clear cache on their computer, because if they don't, most likely, I would say 99% of the chance, GrooveFunnels will take the other half of your 40%. So you've worked so hard, your friend wanted to reward you for assisting them, for signing up, so that because you want to sign up after them, only to realize half of that 40% has gone to Groove, right? Groove is already earning the 60%. But instead of 60%, they're going to take another 40%, which you thought was going to go to someone that supported you. So make sure that if you wanted your leader, the person that you're signing up to make sure that they get the 40%, make sure you get you yourself or people who sign it under you to clear cache on their computer, then click on bit.ly groove changes to the affiliate link to sign up a new account. Now, if you're ready or your affiliate already has a Groove account, don't use that old account. Set up a brand new email account once you clear cache before you upgrade, because otherwise, again, you're going to lose the other half and it's going to be heartbreaking. Okay. What does it look like? So this is what it should look like. Okay. Even though it says this is our affiliate name, Manel Wong, even though it sells Manel Wong, it doesn't necessarily mean we will get the 40%. Or for you, even if your name, referrer name is there, you will not necessarily get 40% unless you clear cache. So I need to just repeat that, because there's a few times Coco and I have lost out, but we don't want to feel like we don't want to support our members. We sucked it up. We actually lost 20% from some of our members, but it's only so much we can do. So for yourself, so if you don't want to lose out your own half, make sure you get your customers or your affiliate to clear their cache, set up a brand new account before they upgrade. And if they go, oh, but I want to use my old account, they can change the email. I've done that. I signed up with a different email, and I've gone in since to change my email login to another one that I want to use. Okay. And then they can also transfer funnels. If they built funnels before in an old account, they can easily transfer it to the new account. So don't worry about that. No issue. So just make sure they do that. Okay. So if you want to join under affiliate, clear cache, then click on bit.ly groove changes. Okay. So that's the link below. If you wanted to buy this special here, it's bit.ly new funnel now. Okay. So, let me just stop share. So I might just take some questions now. If anyone have any questions. I think I'm going to read some comments. I think there's a lot of comments. Um,
Hi, Davina.
yeah, Sandra.
Sandra here. So
Yeah.
you said a lot of things, so I just want to make sure I get what you say.
Mm,
You say that you have built two funnel,
mm-hmm.
and then in order to use the two funnel and have a fast start, we have to pay 49, right? This is the special price, and then it comes with the so-called a free book or free gift. That's what you are saying, right?
Yeah. So depending on what the thing is, the old funnel used to work, which is what we're giving away for free, and it still works, right? It's called the webinar funnel, and I can quickly share the webinar funnel so that you can have a look at what that webinar funnel looks like. Okay, let me have a look. So these are what all the members that have bought platinum and new platinum people would also get is this funnel. Okay, let's open this one and I'll just quickly share it. It's called the webinar funnel. Now, this webinar funnel was the it funnel. Now, everybody, not this one, everybody said to well, back in the day, a couple of months ago, was what our mentor used to use, right? Is what they call the webinar funnel. And since then, they've been told that it's changed. So this is it. Okay, so you will get this funnel as part of the gift when you first signed up. For those who haven't signed up and thinking of signing up, this is the free funnel that you get as a welcome gift for being part of affiliate. This is exactly what it looks like for our mentor. That's what he used back in the days. I've got all these things and you just plug and play, right? And then the second page is the thank you page, like here. So those who've joined us a couple of months ago or recently would have got this in their account. Okay, I'll just go through that. All right, so there's just 2 pages. So that's what you get. And then the other one you get is the sales page. So that's a webinar funnel, right? They call that webinar because it's a webinar and then some feedback at the bottom. And then this is the sales page. So sales page being like after you finish your webinar, right? You say sign up and this is how much it costs, like $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is. This is the sales page. So where do people sign up? This is where they sign up. So this is, I paid thousands of dollars for someone to build this out for me when I was doing my webinar, right? So this is what you get, the stack, all that. They're all here. And this is what you get when you join us as our affiliate. This is the sales funnel, right? So you get that. Now, since then, our mentor has told us that that no longer works for him as a good conversion because of iOS, the new iOS, right? So he's built this new funnel here that he called an opt-in webinar funnel. So instead of signing up straight to a webinar, you're going to get a lead, give them something for free, okay, which is this one, which is what Coco built, okay, right here, okay, get something for free, and Coco's given a free book. That's her version. But when you buy, you will get this version because this is what our mentor is currently using. I want to give you exactly what he got so that you could then build from his version, okay? And what he's saying is you give away a free gift. And when you give away the free gift, then you say, hey, that's on your way, it's on its way to you. But hey, this is a one-time offer. Why don't you come and to my webinar? So instead of going straight to the webinar, they're saying give them something for free, and it's going to reduce your Facebook cost. That's the reason. Now, what I'm saying is that I might not have anything for free. I just want to do a webinar. Just like today with you guys, I don't want to give anything for free. I know you guys need to know about automation. So I don't necessarily need to use this, right? I don't need to use this. And many of you guys might not need to use this yet. And you might want to use something like mine, which is here. I know someone said they really like the look and feel of this funnel. And I thought, okay, well, why don't I give away this as well as part of the package to help you out? So if you like the look and feel of this one, which is what I've been using the last couple of months, I just changed the word, changed the picture. This is mine, the recent one, and have a look at Coco's one. The one that Coco did recently looked very similar, but because we changed the picture, it looks slightly different. Okay, so this one, that was mine recently. Just want to see whether I can find the one with Coco doing her magic trick, which I know a lot of you guys thought that looked really cool. If I can find it, as you can see, I have a lot of funnels here. Okay, there it is, that one there. So this is exactly the same funnel, and this is what I'm giving as a thank you gift for being here today. If you were buying the new opt-in webinar funnel, see how it's exactly the same, just changing the pictures, changing the secrets down here, and then the second page is the sign up form. So if you want to take payment, it's here, it's all here, and then the thank you page right here, and that's this one here. Okay, so on the left is basically this is not what you will get. This is just showing you what you can do. What you will get is our mentors version, so that you could work from that original version and make it yours. And then as a thank you gift today, usually VIP members will get it for $49, but if you're a non-VIP member and you haven't upgraded under us, or you haven't upgraded yet, we'll still give it to you for $49. And on top of that, you get this funnel on the right hand side that I've just shown you, which is exactly the funnel that you guys came through on for this event, right? Now, if you already bought from us, because I know some of you guys have bought this funnel on the left already, I don't want you to miss out. Just message me and I will send you the link for this. Now, note that some people have bought the funnel on the left already, but they're not here today. Now, if they're not here today, I'm not going to honor this gift on the right. This is strictly a very, very special gift for today and for showing up live. So does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, I'm clear. Thanks.
Okay.
Ravina.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So to buy that funnel, if you go to Coco has kindly shared it. If you go to that, it's actually $99. But if you want to get it for $49 for you being here today, I've just shared the code with you guys. It was what? Opt-in. What was it? Sorry, let me just type it in for you guys. Opt-in 4246. Even I forgot. Opt-in 4246. Oops, sorry. That's not direct. I want to do it for everyone. So opt-in 4246. Now put that code in. It's a genuine savings. You're gonna get that, and I will also give you the freebie, which is the exact funnel that Coco and I have been using to do all these webinars, right? We're not giving you some ugly, out-of-date funnel. We're actually going to give you a up-to-date, pretty funnel that we're using ourselves, and you can use it as well, okay? And all you have to do is just change the link, because I've already linked it to Zapier. You just have to change it to your own Zapier, your own MailChimp, whatever you need to do, okay? Kelvin has asked us, a new funnel now have opt-in funnel before the webinar? Yes. So, or does the new funnel introduce the opt-in funnel Peng mentioned recently? What do you mean? So, Kelvin, did you want to expand on that? So the opt-in funnel before the webinar, which is the actual funnel that Peng Joon mentioned recently?
No, can you hear me? Yeah,
yes,
recently,
yes.
Peng Joon mentioned about opt-in funnel. So he said that it's better to have opt-in funnel so that we can get better conversion. So this new funnel now, the package will actually give us the sort of the format or something like that we can,
the exact format.
Yeah, instead of we go to set this up from scratch.
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
So so Coco basically took that funnel and made it her own, and it's exactly the same format. I used his design. Look, he's got teams of people who has experimented, when I say spend millions, it means he have tested it using Facebook himself. What works, what doesn't work. We paid him a fee. He's given us permission to copy it. And so we've copied it. And I thought, well, why don't we share it with our close community? Look, if I really wanted to have this out there and make, heaps of money unethically, I could actually put this out there to the marketplace. Okay. And guys, please don't do this. Don't take my funnel and put it in the marketplace. You can, there is a marketplace out there that people sell funnels. And I could do that. I could actually put out to the marketplace and go, hey, this is the world famous Peng Joon. I have copied his funnel and GrooveFunnel, you know, $200. I'm pretty sure I can probably get that, right? Like his exact funnel, I copied it exactly. You could see exact format, even the size. I literally have 2 screens up and go before and after and keep testing it. And you can imagine how many hours it would have taken me. It's taken me days. Okay. First step, I built the structure. Second stage, I fixed the mobile version. So there's different versions, right? There's the mobile version, and I'll show that quickly. And then the last stage was making the alignment, the size exactly the same. So can I just show you what I mean by that is, and look, this is very, very, I don't think ClickFunnels has this either, is, okay, let me just share this screen with you. So if you can see here in Groove, I want to show you Peng Joon's one. Oops, the one that you will actually get and work from, which is seriously no brainer. Can I just say though, like Coco twisted my arm when she told me she goes, can you build this funnel? And then we could like help the community. And she's like, let's do it for like $49 for the VIP and non-VIP 99. I was like, what? I didn't tell. I was like, straight, it was like so much hard work, but I get what she's doing. She wants to help the community, and it brings us joy if more people can actually succeed. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's like such good value that if someone did this for me, I would just like, 500, take it even, right? You get a designer to do this, it would be at least $1,000 at least minimum, right? So we're doing this out of love. And I just want to show you where it is. Now, obviously, when you do get it, please launch, because you have no excuse. Literally, if you have this funnel, you have no excuse not to launch, unless, of course, you still don't know what you're selling. But everyone should know what they're selling, right? Just test it out. Write a book, write an ebook, give it out to friends and family. How do you buy a first home? How do you save up money in a short period of time? How to survive homeschooling? How to survive COVID in the second lockdown? How do you recover? All these things that you were able to do well. Write an ebook on it and give it out to friends and family. Test out this funnel, right? So this is the funnel that you get, okay? As you can see here, this is the opt-in. This is the long form that you get, okay? And you just put in your words, right? And what I wanted to show you can see at the top here, these are all different views. So if you wanted to change, so when I first built out, you obviously want to have all selected, right? Because you're building it out. You're putting the words and all that. You want it to be selected because you want, say, 32 proven social media posts. You might have 10. So if you want to change 10, you want 10 to be reflected on all the different views, mobile, tablet, laptop, and so on. Now, if you want to change alignment, you have to undo this, and you only want to apply the changes to desktop, okay? Because in desktop, you might want this font to be big, really big, right? But when you come to mobile, you don't want it so big. So you can just go in and just change the size, the text of this, like so, okay? Only for mobile, and then only for tablet, only for computer, the laptop. So this is what I did, right? So I built it out the first time, as you can imagine how long it took. Then the second step was I went through 5 different versions to try and get the correct alignment for all of them. As you can see here, this one here, I could probably correct it as well with the alignment. But of course, you can just check it through when you publish it. When you publish, always, this is just a guide as well. I would say 95% accurate, but because everyone used different phones, is why I realized that it might look really good here, but everyone's got different screens, right? I've got a big screen here, and then some people might have a smaller screen. So it might look different in their screen. So what I've done is I've tried to make it look good on my screen. and test it out and refresh it. And then you might test it out with someone else's phone. But at the end of the day, the most important view I would say is laptop, computer, and this one. The in between, I would probably just ignore it. But if you have time, you can go in there and just, toggle it and play with it and then put it back like that. Okay, so that is the opt-in that Peng Joon's talking about. But you might not want to do opt-in, right? You might want to just have an event and just do the one that I'm talking about, which is this one here, the exact funnel that you guys came through on, which is what I use day in, day out for my events, just to sign up people to my event like that, like this one, the 3 secrets, the very original 3 secrets format, and you get that. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense, Kelvin?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions that I didn't answer? Sorry, there's a lot of questions. I may have missed someone. So put your hand up if you wanted to ask me in person. I'll gladly take that. If I haven't answered your question, it's not because I ignored it. It's probably because I haven't read it. So I've got some time now. If you wanted to ask some questions, happy to take them.
Davina, because
Yes.
we have already gone for 2 hours and nearly 15
Yeah.
minutes, I
Yeah.
think we'll take one more question. But I encourage everyone in the group to post your questions that you might have, because you guys probably, hopefully, be using everything that has been shown today to build yours. And if you have trouble, do share in the group so that we can collectively help you and answer any questions there. Okay, so share it in the Facebook group that is for the VIPs, and so that we can help you as well, because I'm sure a lot of the times I cannot think of a question on the spot, but as soon as I start using, it's like a million questions then fly through my head. And yeah, so do share and share it over there, but we have time to take one more.
Hi, Davina.
Yes. Hi, Michelle.
Yeah, are we able to zap the details on who sell to MailChimp or ActiveCampaign?
Group sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was doing just then. So if you missed that one, other people may have missed it. So I'll just quickly share it on my slide. So remember how I showed you guys in this slide, and I even had a slide on this one. Okay, let me share screen again. Okay, this one here. So if you go into your product, okay, this is with edit your product, go into fulfillment, go to webhook, and you need to go into your Zapier to get a webhook URL into here. And then when you go to Zapier, you would need to link from webhook to MailChimp or to ActiveCampaign, wherever you want it to be. And then within Zapier, you're tagging it from there. So this is the group sell form. Does that help explain it?
Oh, just like you mentioned, if we have something like already a list, so is it that we don't need to use the webhook? Or why is it that we don't, when do we don't need to use the webhook, or it is a must to use the webhook?
So with the webhook is if you're using GrooveSell, to keep it in simplest term, because there is always limitation to anything, right? Every technology, anything you buy, there's always certain limitations to certain things. So with GrooveFunnels, when you're using a simple form, okay, you can use the simple integration to Zapier and set up the Zapier command to zap, tag, and goes to MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, right? Now, if the form, which is not, it's GrooveSell, now GrooveSell doesn't have the function to integrate with Zapier directly. So what you do is you then need to put something else in between, is webhook. So webhook is within Zapier. So if you remember the journey, the simplest term was GrooveFunnels, then MailChimp, but we said there's limitation. So then we said, let's put in something in between, which is called Zapier, and we go GrooveFunnels, Zapier, MailChimp, right? Because we want to tag it and enrich the data so that MailChimp knows to send different campaigns, right? Now, Group sale, however, which is with a sales form, just it's not a sign up form, it's a sales form where you can collect payment. It's called group sale form. Doesn't allow just that same step like we did. So within Zapier, you're going to add webhook with the use of Zapier to do the same thing. And that's that screen I just showed you there. You do it within the product and you do it with webhook. Okay. So you can do the same thing. So I know you said you've got different products. So you've got a product, let's just say for, I think, I'm just going to make it up, I might be wrong. You had an event for calligraphy for kids, calligraphy for mothers, right? And calligraphy for nurse, 3 different events, right? And you charge, say, $15 for each of those events, right? And you're using the group sale form. So what you need to do is you have to create 3 different webhooks within Zapier, okay? Get the 3 different webhooks URL from Zapier, paste it in your 3 different products, okay? And they're all different codes and 3 different products. And so that group sale is able to send that data to MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, okay? Hopefully that make sense. So this is this one here, yeah? Webhook. So webhook URL, and you get this URL from Zapier in here. So just go back into here. This is still Zapier. This, even though I'm using webhook, it's still within Zapier. See here, this one, the automation workshop that came through a webhook Zapier right here. See how I got catch a hook? But then if I wasn't using group sale form, I was using a simple form like the opt-in form, like on Coco's funnel or pop-up form, I would not use webhook. So that's a webhook icon there on the left. I would instead use this one. Okay, so this one will be just directly Groove to MailChimp. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense.
Am I
Right.
able to like decide which fields to customize? Like for example, because I try not to let them fill out like repeated fields. So I was thinking if like when they register, they have already filled like name, email, or I don't know, yeah. Then after that, during group sale, they can actually key like phone, address. Am I able to like tie them all together? Like will they go to the same like under
I think
active
so.
campaign, for example?
I think you can add that in within your group sale form. Add them all into your group sale form when you build your product. And webhook will hook it, like catch the hook and send it over. But yeah, just experiment with it and see how you go. I think for me, webhook, when I first saw it, I thought it was quite complicated. I go, oh, it's another thing. Oh my gosh. But when I did it, it was so quick, so seamless, so easy that it's actually not complicated. It's actually pretty easy. So play around with it. But webhook is on the paid version of Zapier. So guys, everything I showed you today, except for that webhook, is free. Okay, if you already paid for GrooveFunnels, obviously use GrooveFunnels, but MailChimp is free, Zapier is free. But if you are still playing around with GrooveFunnels, you can still do what I did today with a free GrooveFunnel account. Obviously, it's better if you upgrade before 1st September, before you lose all the benefits. But MailChimp is free. I'm using a MailChimp account as I'm sending you emails today. It's free. Zapier was free, but because I wanted to test out webhook and see the power of webhook using Groove Sale, I paid, I believe it was like $20 US. It's very cheap, $20 US a month to do what I do, so that I can sit there and watch Netflix and Coco tells me to send an email. I'm like, it's done. And I don't have to do it. So that's the power of webhook using Groove Sale, right? And you don't have to manually do things. Cool. So if there's no other questions, thank you so much. Now, before we go, the usual thing, I'd like to hear from every one of you. If you, I'd be happy to share, what is your biggest takeaway today? I know there's a lot that I shared, but if I could get you to tell me your biggest takeaway, that at least I know it will stay in your head and all the other people's head. So anyone, can you share your biggest takeaway from today? Too overwhelming? Too overwhelming. So, all right. So if the one thing that I would give you guys advice on when it comes to something so technical like this is to just be simple. Okay. Don't overcomplicate it. The thing with something so technical is that people get really ambitious about wanting to do a lot of things, only to then go, oh, it's too difficult, and not do it. So my last parting words for you guys is to keep it simple. Like when I set up the form, just put name and email, just start with that. Test out the integration with a simple form, see how that works, and then just add it on. Just like how I showed you guys today, even though I knew MailChimp wasn't going to work, I wanted to show you the very simple way with integration with MailChimp, and then I add on the tag. And then from the tag, I add on 5 events and 5 tags. Then I add on the webhook, right? So just start simple and then go from that. And also when you do it, try and think. So what I do is when I set these events up, I think about, what am I trying to do? What do I want to link up? Now, before, in the past, what I used to do was I wanted to automate automate to Zoom. Okay. So what I used to do was take your contacts and I'll automate not just to MailChimp to send you an email. I wanted to also automate the Zoom registration so that you get, so that the computer registered for you. But the thing is with Zapier is that it uses up your Zaps, especially if you're on a free account. Even if it's a paid account, it uses up your Zap. So what I mean by using up your Zap is that each account has this plan here on the bottom left. You can see that starter plan. So I'm on a starter plan. I've used up 21 of 750 tasks. I've got 2 out of 20 Zaps. So if I go and register everyone on their behalf in Zoom, it will use up my plan. And worse, some people don't even turn up. And so that's a waste of a Zap. Now, what I realized is that you just have to send them the registration link. If they have the intentions of coming to your Zoom webinar, they will register on the day and go in. So you don't need to help them register. So back in the days, I wanted to think how to do that. And I think about how Zapier could help me. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will leave it there. And for those of you who have bought the replay, it would be available in your membership account. We'll send it out to you guys together with the notes. Okay, so the replay will put all the notes that I shared with you guys today, the slides, into a PDF, and I'll put it into the account so you can download and look through the step-by-step and try and understand it. I know it's a lot to take in, but so that you can take it step by step. So I know I've gone a bit over time, but I just want to make sure that you guys walk away and really know what to do. I want to show you step by step. All right. So thank you guys. I'll leave it there and thank you. Bye.